Well, here we are on YouTube, and yes, thank you for joining us to watch Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
If you're a Pink Floyd fan, we have, like, in our lifetime, we didn't really explore Pink Floyd all that much when we were teenagers. I had one Pink Floyd album. I had, it was like the one that came out in the 90s. I can't remember the name of it. So I know some of the songs from that album. And then, of course, I know,
All in all, we're just another brick in your wall. And Comfortably Numb. But we actually, if you're a Pink Floyd fan and you think we're great, which is unlikely, we did Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We have the whole album on our Patreon.
Yeah.
We did the whole album reaction. I forgot to plug that last time.
Yeah, it's okay.
It was blocked on YouTube, unfortunately, so it's only available on our Patreon. But we did the Dark Side of the Moon. That's what it's called, right? Dark Side of the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, we love that album. And check out our review, though, first time listen. And then we also did the one with the guy burning, his outfit's burning on the front cover. That one's available on YouTube.
Okay.
It's okay, you're fine. What's wrong?
So that we're there.
See this? Is this shirt too big for me?
You're fine. Oh my gosh.
I know. I'm sorry.
It'll be all right. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well,
okay. Anyways, I just want to tell people that are Pink Floyd fans that watch our video that we did Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, and the name escapes me. Ellie, tell us the name of the album so we can say it again. Okay. Okay. There's one that's available on YouTube, is all I'm saying, and one that's available behind Patreon. Okay. Here we go. This is from their first album. Again, this is a request from Richard H. He is the PayPal Richard, not the Patreon Richard. And he always gives us this old school stuff, which we love. So thank you so much, Richard, because I love going back in time.
Yeah.
And this is from Pink Floyd's, another song from Pink Floyd's first album. I love it.
I love the album cover. You'll see it here.
And the song is called Astronomy
Domine.
Is it Domine or Domine?
Domine. I mean, it looks Latin to me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Make sure to. right, so yeah, we did have the song muted. Just so you guys know, again, if you're weren't here yesterday for our live recording, we are muting our mics during the songs. We're not sure if the sound is coming to the mic when we unmute. So, anyways, so we kind of have to save our comments till after. And Nathan was just trying to fix the light during the song, so I was just saying, "What are you doing? Wait till this." Anyway, just relax. Okay, just people paid. Richard paid money for us to react to the song. We're the worst channel. Okay, so it's fast. I said this before when we did the other Pink Floyd song from the first album. I forget the name of it. I apologize if the song. That this is a fascinating kind of piece of history. I'm almost listening to this album so far from this album as a piece of history because Pink Floyd became this grandiose light spectacle, comfortably numb big guitar solo act that we see on YouTube a bunch of, and I find this origin story sort of, oh well, thank you very much, Christina, you're too sweet. I find this origin story of sound very interesting. Now, it's not a song that I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta put this on. I think we mentioned this before where Richard, you want to keep giving us one song at a time from the album? I would not complain. Or whatever you think are the top tier songs from the album, no complaints, because I'm looking at it as a piece of history. This came out in '67, I think, so this is already 55 years ago. Yeah. It's just, and to hear their sounds and their soundscape and what they became later after Syd Barrett left the band, it's to me, it's very fascinating. But that being said, listening to this sound from this like late '60s, you can see where even bands today have that copied as well, been influenced by.
Right.
For example, King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard.
Right.
I could see them almost doing a song like this.
Right. Today. That echoey effect thing was
the sound effects, the guitar work, and specifically the drumming beats. I don't know what the scale is or the time code or whatever on the drum. Anyways, this is a fascinating sound going on, and I know it's supposed to be like outer spacey type sound to it. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, yeah. What are your thoughts on this song?
So, okay, I think, Pink Floyd has got to be credited at some point
when you say prog?
Yeah, as like the grandfathers of prog.
I wonder, yeah,
because that to me fits into the prog genre almost. Like when you listen to other prog bands that we've listened to. And by the way, I'm not that big of a fan of prog. No,
we're not. We're not necessarily. No.
Yeah, I like hearing, like you say, the origins of where everything comes from. I like the idea of understanding that piece of history. But I'm not the biggest fan of it. Here's what I am a fan of: Pink Floyd, especially where they went and how they evolved. And I always see, every time I hear a prog song, I always think the same thing. It's like, oh, these guys are playing with their sound, trying to find, what works, what doesn't work. And in my opinion, this song is them kind of testing this out with, hey, we're just going to make this song. It's not a conventional song. It sounds very different than a lot of the other songs we've listened to or we've made before or whatever. Anyway, and so they found their sound eventually. And I love the sound that they eventually kind of settle into. I prefer that to this.
Right. Yeah. I'm fascinated by this album. It's such it kind of reminds me, because on my first channel, if you're a Pink Floyd fan and you like the things we say, but half of us, which is me, because I have a channel that Nathan wasn't on, just Google, well, I don't know. You have to Google my name, which is weird, so I have to dox myself. See if you can find my first channel. We subscribe to it on this channel, put it that way. Okay. Anyways, check it out. And on that, what I'm getting at is I did a lot of Genesis. And I actually did, I think, a lot of their first album in the early days of Genesis. Because it kind of reminds me of that change of what the beginning was into what it became. So anyways, that's it. That's all, Richard. Thank you so much. And with that, we bid you adieu.
We'll see y'all, on the next one.